It is good to be here together with you today. My name is Melvin and I serve as mayor of the city of St. Paul. And I just wanted to welcome you to a city where immigrants are welcome. I want to welcome you to a city where trans youth are protected. I want to welcome you to a city where women make their own decisions about their health care. A city where women make a whole lot of decisions about policy too. And I want to welcome you to a city where we all have a seat at the table. You know, listen, I won't take the whole time to brag on St. Paul. But we're a community that starts every child born in our city with a college savings account. We're a community that works hard to make sure all of our neighbors have safe housing. We're a community that has progressed on public safety, not through hateful rhetoric, but by taking better care of one another. And I say all of that just to say that what we're working on in St. Paul is to show what it looks like to make policy, to make finance decisions, to make decisions in the halls of government that are based on a belief in and a love for all of the people. Are you angry? I gotta admit, I'm a little angry too. And that's because that work that we're doing, and let me tell you, that work that we're doing on public safety is more important today than it ever has been, because we're working to prevent a repeat of one of the worst historic surges in homicides that we saw in the first Trump administration. We have urgent work to do. And you know, that work ends up getting impacted by some of the messages that we hear out of Washington, D.C. Some of the messages that we hear even in this building that tries to convince us that each other is what's wrong with our country. That each other is what's wrong with our state. That each other is what's wrong with our city. That our diversity is a bad thing. That people who look different and talk different and worship different are a threat. But we know better. Just last month, the White House of the United States of America sent out a list of people who they absurdly called sick, and said that this list of people absurdly want rapists and murderers to roam free in their communities. And that just is inaccurate. And we know that the mistake of harmful rhetoric on immigration, harmful rhetoric on public safety actually makes us all less safe. They were saying that we were sick because we said there is absolutely no way in St. Paul and in Minneapolis and cities across our country, there's absolutely no way that we're going to allow our police officers to be co-opted as federal immigration agents. And you know, they sent us a press release. We sent them back a lawsuit. Because we ain't gonna let nobody separate us from our neighbors. We're not gonna let nobody tell us that diversity is a threat. We ain't gonna let nobody stand in the way of our work to build a city, a state, a country that works for all of us. They threatened to pull our city's federal funding. They threatened to pull the dollars that we use to fund police officers to help us out in our community. They threatened to pull the dollars that we use for youth jobs in our community. They threatened to pull the dollars that we're using to make sure that children don't have to drink lead in their water. But let me tell you, the folks who threw tea into the sea wouldn't allow taxation without representation, and neither will we. So I'm angry. But let me tell you this. I've learned how true it is. Martin Luther King's words, that hate can't drive out hate. That only love can do that. front of us. We've got to fight right now. But let me tell you, as I go fight, I am looking for, and I need you to find, something more powerful than hatred, something more powerful than anger to fuel your tank. I'm angry, and I know that you are too. But my anger, from what I hear, is coming out of Washington, D.C., is small compared to my love for the people who live in this community. Compared to my belief in the children growing up in our state today. Compared to the hope that I feel when we all come together and say, we shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome. Martin Luther King said, the moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends toward justice. I believe that's true, but guess what I've learned? Representative, it doesn't bend itself. We are responsible for being the benders. So listen, somebody asked me what I had to say to Donald Trump. I got a lot to say to Donald Trump, but guess what? I don't think he's listening to me. But while you are, let me just ask you to do something. We're going to fight everywhere we can. We're going to fight in the halls of government, aren't we? We're going to fight in the courts, aren't we? And we're going to fight every time we get a chance to vote, aren't we? But look, we have to practice what it means to fight with love. We have to practice what it means to not let people who are bringing hate to us lure us into the trap of hating them. We have to practice what it means to fight with love, to restore decency in our country. And it starts with every interaction. So my challenge to you, my homework for you, as I see somebody holding up the "Your time is up" sign. Listen, I need you here supporting the legislators who are fighting on our behalf. I need you standing up behind our Attorney General when he files a lawsuit on our behalf. I need you making sure every single one of our neighbors shows up to the polls when it's time to vote. But do me this favor. In the grocery store, and in the hardware store, and in your family, and at school, and at work, and everywhere you go, wear the cloak of decency. And when you meet somebody who disagrees with you, be decent to them. When you meet somebody who doesn't like you, be decent to them. When you meet somebody who's pushing policies that you don't believe in, be decent to them. Because the thing that will damage us the most is if we lose that just core understanding that we have more in common than the things that separate us. And if we fall for hate, then hate will win. So there's a whole lot of things that I want this administration to keep their hands off of. But the bottom line ends with the beginning. The words that started our country's journey. We the people. We the people. We the people. We the people. The thing that makes America America is the word we. And let me tell you, I've learned that this fight isn't just about right versus left. This fight isn't about blue versus red. This fight that I'm asking you to fight is a fight between those who want to take that powerful word we and build a wall around it to keep anyone else out, and those of us who want to take that powerful word we and build bridges to bring as many people as we can in. No matter how many walls they build, I'm going to keep on building bridges, and I need you too. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your fight. Thank you for fighting with love. Thank you for restoring dignity. Thank you for restoring decency. Thank you for voting. Thank you for volunteering. Thank you for making sure that they hear that not only are we going to tell them to take their hands off our rights, off our voting rights, off our veterans, off our Medicare, off our unions and jobs, off of our public lands, but they don't have the reach. They don't have long enough arms to put their hands on our love for one another. I love you and I thank you for being here.